If you really want to have a low stress freelancing business with no problems, well, not completely no problems, but if you want to have a freelancing business that is easy, simple, and straightforward, then here are the mistakes you really need to make sure you avoid. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm Phoebe, and on this channel we talk all things personal growth and freelancing. So if that's what you're into, then definitely make sure you stick around, subscribe to my channel, and also make sure you like this video. In today's video, we are going to talk about the freelancing mistakes that you should make sure that you are avoiding. Reason being is because I've seen far too many people talk about this. They've had so many problems when it comes to their freelancing business, and it's because they haven't had the right setup in place. So if you're starting out or you've already started out, you really need to think about these things. Have you got processes in place to ensure that you avoid these mistakes? So if you're ready, let's get into it. The first mistake you should avoid making is working without a contract. So I know you're probably starting out, you're new, you haven't got everything, and someone's just said to you, just start. You don't need anything, just start. You need the skills, you need this, just start. Now that's the first mistake. From day one, you should be working with a contract. I would never start work without a contract. Why? This contract protects you and the client. It makes everything clear. The client knows what to expect from you, and you also know what to expect from the client. This should be done before you even start working with the client. So make sure you have a contract in place. Another mistake that I often see people doing is working and sending the invoices after. Now, I know this already happens in businesses, maybe larger businesses, maybe they'll do the delivery, they'll deliver the work and then send the invoice after. However, you are a small business, and one thing that I see far too often is late payments. And to avoid that, you need to make sure that you take at least minimum a 50% deposit down for any work that you are about to do. I personally always take 100%. Because I know that I will definitely deliver the service as well as the contracts that we have in place. So my clients pay before I actually deliver the service. I always let my clients know that invoices are paid before the work begins. As a freelancer, you can't be waiting 30 days for a payment. You've got bills to pay. So I definitely recommend sending your invoices before you start any work or project. In order to get paid quickly, make it easy for your clients. Make sure everything is clear and they understand what's going on and what they are getting. The next mistake that you want to avoid is working more than the contracted hours. Now, I understand there's some flexibility, so this is more for services which are general services. And I guess sometimes when you are working as a virtual assistant, you may charge the clients by hour, so an hourly rate, which means that you're working as per the time, right? And sometimes this means that you've got a set amount of hours that you're working, and maybe that month you might be busy for the client and the client has asked you to continue working, which is absolutely fine if you have the capacity. But if you don't stick to your contracted hours, then you won't have time to do other things. You're going to find yourself overworked and one client taking all of your time. Make sure that the client understands that these are the contracted hours, and if they want more hours outside the contract, then it's more, because it's taking time away from something else that you could be doing or working with another client. The next mistake that you want to avoid making is working with people who are not your ideal client. Now, this is very important. I know how tempting it is to work with clients who are not your ideal client. However, this will bring problems. There's a reason why you have an ideal client, and this is because of maybe you know how to serve them very well, you know how to deliver the service to them appropriately, but then sometimes you get clients who might be your ideal client, but they're not fully there, but you said, I can work with you. You think, okay, let me just work with them anyway, see how it goes. Yes, you can try this once or twice, But let me tell you, when you work with someone that's not your ideal client, you will start to experience problems. Sometimes it happens that you take on a client and the service that you're delivering is not actually what they need. So you want to make sure that you are serving clients who are, number one, your ideal clients, and number two, you can deliver the service that you say you're going to deliver to ensure that they are getting the results that they want. The next mistake that you want to avoid making is working while you are on holiday. Now, again, this is something that I am guilty for, and the reason why I say that this is a mistake, because you're going to regret that you're not spending time away and refreshing your brain and everything. So here's a tip: if you're going for holiday, you want to make sure you communicate this with your client. Let them know in advance, if you can, as much as possible in advance. Tell them that you're going on holiday. Anything that can be scheduled, schedule it. Anything that can be automated, automate it, okay? So then it just doesn't leave the client hanging. If possible, if you do have a partner or someone who works with you, delegate some things, ask them to keep an eye out or something along those lines. If not, just let the client know in advance, if it's not like a month or 2 months away, then I'm sure the client can do without you. So you just want to make sure that you get everything sorted. They know where things are. You leave a list of things that they need to know just in case you're away. But the most important thing is that you let them know in advance. Make sure you do all that you can do so that there's nothing for them to do, or as little as possible for them to do whilst you are on holiday. And then also you want to make sure you switch off your notifications as well, so that you don't get notified for anything that's going on, because it's very, very tempting to answer a client's messages and be at their service once they message you, and even including your emails as well. So put it on hold, put your out of office on, and let them know. Never give one client 100% of your time. Remember, you are a freelancer. You are not an employee. And I think this is where there's a thin line. It can often feel like you are an employee, but you are not. You are a freelancer. Therefore, you do freelancing things. You do not give one client all of your time, because that's going to stop you from growing and getting more clients. What happens if that client decides not to work with you anymore? Then you're stuck. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure you have a few clients and you are not giving one client all of your time. This is a lesson that I have learned, and I would definitely recommend that you do not give 100% of your time to one client. My last mistake that you should avoid making is cancellations. So making sure that you have a cancellation clause within your contract. Not 1 week, not 2 weeks, but at least a month. The reason I say this is because it's going to give you time to get a new client, and also to offboard your current client, make sure they have everything they need. So you definitely want to make sure that you have 1 month notice period if a client wants to leave you. So those are my freelancing mistakes that you should definitely avoid. Let me know if I have answered some of your questions, or if you've experienced any of this. I would love to hear your stories below, what your experiences are, and is there any mistakes that you've made that you would like to share it within this community. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified anytime I upload a video. That's it from me today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.